Hey cuties, PeachY here, welcome back to a new video, and in this video we have some Mattel doll news to talk about. From the full reveal release of the 3rd edition Barbie Gala collection doll debuting a brand new face sculpt, we have the full drop of the new SKULLECTOR Scarah Screams doll selling out in record time. We have a first look at the next Monster High SKULLECTOR drop on Mattel Creations, which could be Stranger Things related and more. So stay tuned, subscribe, hit the notification bell, comment, like, become a member today. Link to join is down below, and let's get into it. Okay, firstly, let us discuss the latest doll to drop in the Barbie Gala collection. Obviously, this is the 3rd edition, once again designed by Angel Kent. This doll is on the Music Muse body type with 2 bent arms, and so it's a little bit curvier. And she's debuting a brand new face sculpt called Alma. It is not Odiol, it is different to Odiol. It's similar, definitely very similar, but it is a new face sculpt in its own respect. So I do think that's amazing. I mean, it's just like so mesmerizing how good she looks. And apparently, this could be the last doll. This could be the last Gala collection doll. Because as you'll see, they did a little interview with Angel Kent, and he kind of stated that this collection was always supposed to be, or it was kind of like envisioned as a collection of 3. So, but I kind of feel like they're just saying that to be like, you know, corny and be like, oh, wink, wink, like, just buy this doll and we'll make more. So you know, it feels like he could make more if it goes well with this release, but it also could be the last if it doesn't do well enough. Now, the second doll in the collection, the purple one, the Lavender Daydream, she's still available on Mattel Creations. So maybe that's why they haven't like greenlit anymore for this collection. But again, like, if you want to see this collection continue, just be sure to buy this doll. I, for one, did get her. I think she's stunning, obviously. She has a halter top here, the like ruffles like at the very bottom, creating this like mermaid silhouette. Is just, again, like, wow. Is it overdone? Like, yeah, the mermaid silhouette is overdone, yes, of course, but like here, that's the theme. It's on purpose, you know, that's the whole point. She is wearing these beautiful little silver earrings. She also has a little first doll. I like how they all have a first doll. I think like that's such a uniform thing to have, you know. And then the heels are some simple heels covered in glitter. They're blue, obviously. So yeah, obviously the main highlight here is the face sculpt, because she looks great. She looks amazing. The hair looks good. And I hope this is not the last one. Angel Kent, please, if you're watching this, I doubt you are, but we need more. And I'm sure, again, that it depends on us, the consumers, to show Mattel that we want this collection to continue. So I beg you, please consider buying this release or the previous one, because the first one, the Pink Premiere, sold out. So, you know, there is definitely demand here. But I don't know, maybe with this 3rd release, people are getting a little bit tired. Maybe it seems too samey to them, right? Again, for me, I feel like each doll has been unique in their own, you know, respect. So I could definitely see like Angel Kent doing like a whole collection where every doll has like a different color theme. You know, like orange, red, yellow, green. That's all we need left to create a whole rainbow, basically. Because we already got pink, purple, and blue. So to me, it feels like that could be a side effect that happens if he continues, right? Because it does feel like, you know, he would keep making dolls in this collection that are all very monochrome, one color theme, very rainbow high, right? But again, I want that. I want that to happen because then we can display them in a rainbow gradient. And you know me, I'm a sucker for a good rainbow gradient display. That looks chef's kiss. It's so pleasing, so satisfying. But obviously, I also just want to see him do more because he's an amazing designer. So I feel like he's got much left to kind of like play around with. Also using this brand new face sculpt, Alma. in different skin tones. Like he's shown that he's ready. He wants to do more with this face sculpt. So let's hope this Alma release goes well. And again, I bought her. I think she's stunning. But did you get her? Yes or no? Perhaps. Why, if not? And she is $50 US. She's a black label. I thought these were gold label, but I guess it makes sense these are black label since they're supposed to be accessible. Crazy how accessible it's like $50 US. But you know, it's, I guess in comparison to other prices, it's definitely more accessible. But yeah, this is a very solid release for me, and I love her, and I hope we get many more. But again, please let me know what you think. Do you like her? Do you not like her? Do you want to see Angel Kent continue with this collection? And if so, do you also agree with me that it should be like a whole like rainbow assortment? Because again, like every doll so far has been one color theme. I don't think that is by mistake. That is on coincidence, girl. That is on that is on purpose. I mean, that is on purpose. But you know what I mean. I'm at a loss of words because she is just so great to look at, and I'm just like, I'm losing my train of thought. I like her so much. I hope I get her soon, and she's supposed to be releasing by the end of January since she's a pre-order, and I will be definitely reviewing her when I get her in hand. Moving on for Monster High, we now have news of the next SKULLECTOR drop happening this month, being on Wednesday, the 28th of January. So again, on MATTEL Creations, but of course, we don't know what this could be yet. And simultaneously to this happening, we also had a whole thing about Stranger Things collaborating with Monster High, because Monster High commented a little like sneaky like eye emoji under the Stranger Things post for season 5, and I don't think that's just by mistake. I don't think that's just like a little, you know, like, oh, tee like, you know, like corny comment. Like, no, it feels like they're hinting, like Monster High is hinting at a collaboration with Stranger Things. This cannot be just by mistake. It cannot be a coincidence. It cannot be just like a little flirty interaction. Like, no, it feels like this is like a hint. So could this mean that the January 28th SKULLECTOR drop is a Stranger Things SKULLECTOR collaboration? We don't know for sure. Previously, we talked about before how we could have a collaboration with Stranger Things and Monster High, but now with Monster High actually actively leaving this like little eye emoji comment under their post, it does feel like, oh, this could actually happen. And now with this also upcoming drop on the 28th, it feels like that could be this, whatever this is. So, I mean, again, this is speculation. We don't know for sure. But what we do know for sure is that there's going to be a drop on the 28th, and that Monster High is hinting at something with Stranger Things. So what that could be, what we should make of it, I guess we'll have to wait and see if this actually ends up being a full-fledged SKULLECTOR collaboration. And if it is, who would it be? Would it be Demogorgon? Would it be Vecna? Would it be a 2-pack, a single pack, just 11, but in her season 1 look, in one of her later seasons looks, you know? So there's a lot of variables here that we have to talk about. Like, if this is indeed a collaboration, like, well, who should it be? Should it be a 2-pack? Should it be again, like just one doll? Obviously, I think it should be Elle or the Demogorgon, or both. You know, Vecna, they would have to gender bend Vecna, and I feel like I'm a little bit tired of them gender bending every male character. So I would think, I would prefer it if it was just Elle, or Elle and the Demogorgon, or just a Demogorgon. So either or, I would be happy with that. But again, this is speculation. But there is definitely going to be a drop on the 28th, and I guess that could be anything. So let's see what that is. I am definitely very curious. But of course, we also have to discuss the recent drop that just happened on MATTEL Creations for Monster High, which was the return of Scarah Screams with her first ever, well, not first ever, because her first ever doll was a Comic-Con exclusive, so also collector, but this is her official SKULLECTOR release and return to Monster High in a long time. So this has been a very popular character. You know, Scarah Screams, she's not like usually in the forefront, she's more of like a background character, but again, she's like an underdog, you know, like a lot of people love her. And she hasn't had like too many dolls over the past, you know, G1 course. So her returning this way and getting the reception that she has gotten is really huge. So she was also $50 US, and yeah, she released on Mattel Creations and sold out in a matter of like 6-7 minutes, which is definitely insane. Now, at first, I definitely was curious as to like, okay, like why? Is it really just because Scarah is such a popular, you know, high demand character? Yes, I do think that's the case, but also why is that Mattel removed the limit of like one per person for this item. For whatever reason, they removed that limit, not just on this doll, but also on the Barbie Gala collection doll. Maybe even on all items on Mattel Creations, they removed the limit of one per person, you know? So if you wanted to get 2 or 5, you could. So, you know, inevitably, I'm pretty sure that a lot of scalpers took advantage of this, unfortunately, and also bots, obviously. And they basically probably got like 100 each or so. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, I probably that's what happened, because I have seen listings of people sharing like these eBay listings of scalper prices, which is already just so saddening and is disappointing. So this is like, again, why would Mattel do this? Why would they remove the limit of 1 per person, especially for a new release like this? I'm not sure if it's for all items on Mattel Creations, but from what I have seen, it has happened for the Scarah and the Barbie Gala doll number 3 releases. So I don't understand why. Again, this just gives scalpers and bots more advantage. Like, does Mattel not understand why we need this like limit of 1 per person or 2 per person? It does help, you know, it needs to stay in place, because if it's not in place, then this is what happens. The doll sells out in a matter of less than 10 minutes, instead of like normally it would be, she would have been around probably for like an hour, right? Hopefully. I mean, because even Gulak lasted for longer than 10 minutes, right? She was around, I feel like, for a day, and then she sold out. Eventually she sold out, but like this is too quick. This is too quick. A lot of people were very disappointed they missed out, but good news, everyone, because Mattel has listened to your anguish and to your messages, and they replied with a story on their Instagram page saying like, we heard you, we heard you. A lot of fans were not able to get one, and we're gonna have a restock very soon. So yay, I guess. You know what? I feel like is it a coincidence that the same drop that they removed the 1 per limit person, the 1 item per limit person, it sells out, and then they have this whole thing about like, oh, we heard you. Yes, I'm so sorry. Like, you couldn't get your doll because we removed the 1 item per person limit, but we're gonna have restock. No worries. Like, to me, the all of this does feel a little bit orchestrated, just a little bit suspicious. You know, like what are the odds that on the same drop where there is no limit of 1 per person, you know, that they have this like instant sellouts, and like, you know, I mean, obviously she would have sold out eventually, but like not this quick. I don't know, something about this whole thing reeks. It does not sit right with me. But I guess in the end, even if it is orchestrated to just, you know, produce FOMO and you know, high demand, which obviously we know companies love to do, even if that's the case, at least we are getting restock of Scarah eventually. They don't have a date yet, but it'll be similar to the Aliens Collector release, probably. If you remember, the Aliens Collector doll sold out basically 3 times. The fan club member early access, the first public wide release, and then they had a second public wide release. So probably same thing will happen here with Scarah, where in the next coming days they will have restock, or perhaps in a week or 2, and then, you know, it will sell out again. I hope by then that they will have put back in place the, limit of one item per person thing, because I'm not even sure again why they removed it in the first place. So let's see. I was able to get her, thankfully, so I will be reviewing her very soon. Hopefully, I think she's stunning. She's gonna be my first ever Scarah doll, which I am very excited about. She even has these like transforming shoes where you can remove the platforms and they become like little flats. So that's so cute. I do think overall, design-wise, she is a little bit lacking, just a little bit lacking. I wish she had a purse. I wish she had just something else here in her design to make it feel a bit more complete. Maybe the dress could have been 2 pieces, a skirt and a top. Maybe instead of the little flats, she could have had go-go boots, and they could have still had the same thing with the removable platforms, I just feel like there's a lot of leg room here that is not being used, right? Because the dress is very short, and then she is wearing tights, but like, it's just, it feels a bit, like there's, she needs more. Again, like a purse, like Operetta, Agulia, they had purses, Venus, no purse, and now Scarah, no purse. So I don't know why. I guess they invested the budget more into creating these new platform shoes, or I guess the headpiece. I really couldn't tell you where the budget went, but because nothing about her is like a new sculpt. Again, besides the shoes, I don't think like nothing about her is like a new sculpt. So, but yeah. Anyway, what do you think? Were you able to get her? What was your experience like securing her? And do you also feel like something is fishy about this whole situation? Or perhaps is it just really that Scarah is such a immensely popular character? But anyway, that was all of the Mattel doll news we had for today. But I hope you all enjoyed, and let me know what you think down below. Leave a like, share a comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, consider becoming a channel member today. Link to join is down below if you're able to, of course. No pressure, and so you do not miss out when I post more content like this coming your way and keeping you up to date with all the dollty you love. Stay safe, be kind. I hope this next time. Stay peachy. Kisses.